So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something you guys need to stop doing if you want to get Redbubble sales or just print-on-demand sales in general. If you're ready for this one, please do drop a like, as that would be very much appreciated. And with that said, let's jump straight into it. Hi guys, my name is Phil and welcome to the Money Game YouTube channel. For anyone that's new around here, I make print-on-demand content to both motivate and to give you guys tips and tricks on how you can improve your print-on-demand shops. So if you are new around here, please do click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, as that would be very much appreciated. We have helped a lot of people make their first online sales through sites like Redbubble. And if you are ever looking for any extra information, down in the description, I have a free print-on-demand starter guide. And for anyone looking to turn this into more of a full-time thing, I also do have a paid step-by-step guide that's linked down below. Now, before I actually get onto what you guys need to stop doing, I'm going to open up a little poll that I did with you guys. I actually posted something on the community saying, what kind of designs do you guys make most of? 30% of you said you cover trendy designs. 23% of you guys were saying you do evergreen designs. And 47% of you guys, so a large chunk of you guys, said that you do your own thing. And let me just reiterate, 47%. That's not a small amount. And given the fact just over 1,000 of you guys voted, it's definitely a lot. Now, next up, what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about each of these things you guys voted on, and I'm going to give you the negative and the positive sides of all of them. Okay, so jumping straight into this, starting off with trending design. Now, for those who don't know what trending designs are, these are designs that are currently being searched for now that are getting a lot of traffic. I only explain this because I understand a lot of you guys that watch my videos are new, so you may not be aware of what that is. And on the image you can currently see on the screen, it's showing some trending searches that popped up on Redbubble. And the main reason I chose this is because within this, there were actually some highlighted niches that would fall under trademark. Now, the main reason I wanted to show that under trending designs was so you guys understand that with trending designs, there could be the issue of trademark problems and designs potentially getting taken down, which is a main disadvantage of jumping straight into trending designs without actually doing your research. So if you are someone who's looking to cover trending designs or who is currently covering trending designs, you want to use websites like trademarkier.com just to trademark check your designs and double check to make sure that they're safe. Now, even though there are some downsides, the benefits of using trending designs are big. When you use something that's trending, a lot of people will be actively searching for that, so you are going to get a lot more clicks than you would usually expect. The best thing about these clicks is that they won't just be coming through Redbubble, they can also be coming through the Google search, as things that are usually trending through Redbubble are this way due to high Google search results. I usually say trending based designs are great for people that are struggling to get sales. If you cover trends, you will largely increase your chances of getting sales. By the end of the day, it's still a trend and trends die down. So when you cover trends, you need to make sure you're doing things that can boost your sales, as this will help you within the Redbubble algorithm, even after the trends that you are in die down. Okay, moving on to evergreen designs. For those who don't know what an evergreen design is, I actually went up and got an exact definition. It's saying here that evergreen designs are going to be those designs who appeal to an audience that buy year round. So just think of it of designs that are not just going to be on an upward trajectory, but they'll stay consistent in regards of how they sell, if that makes any sense. Now, I've got an example on the screen there of the cat niche, as that is an evergreen design. And in the image you can see some text-based designs, you can see some sticker packs. These are all things that have most likely sold and that have probably sold all year round. The main downside of covering evergreen designs is if you're someone who's just starting on Redbubble, you're not going to be getting any sort of traction. So if you make evergreen designs where the competition is large, you're going to really struggle to get any sales. And even if the competition is very low and people are not searching for that specific topic you're making evergreen designs on, you're still most likely not going to get sales. So they're very, very tricky to get into. And when you're covering evergreen designs, you need to be looking at what's going on in the world and hoping that you can cover something that might be trending now that can also go on to be a future evergreen design. Personally, I feel like evergreen designs and trending designs are like sand and water at the beach. If you're starting out on Redbubble or print on demand in general, you really can't have one without the other. And to pretty much summarize that, when it comes to evergreen designs, it's good to kind of link them up alongside trending designs, so you're uploading a bit of both. I actually noticed that when I did my poll, a lot of you guys in the comments were saying that you do that. So it's actually good to see that you're already applying that. Next thing I'm going to talk about now is doing your own thing. And is it bad? In short, to an extent, it is bad, but there can be some benefits that can come out of it. The main benefits being that when you're making those designs, you'll be enjoying what you're doing because you are covering things that you're interested in. So that's probably like the main benefit I can find out of that. And yeah, I mean, people that do that when they're making their designs, it doesn't feel as time consuming. But in general, I really do think that doing your own thing can hurt you more than it helps you, mainly because doing your own thing could be a matter of designing things that you like, that you think other people will like. When it comes to print on demand, trust me guys, that is not the way to think. Everyone has different opinions on what they like, what they don't like. So what you want to be doing when it comes to print on demand, especially Redbubble, is to make sure that you are analyzing data. Data and research will show you what works, what doesn't work. And if you design through that, you get yourself to a point where the sales come easier. And now when I talk about data and research, I'm talking about using things like Google Analytics to track your traffic. I'm talking about seeing which designs are getting favorites, which designs are getting sales in terms of the most sales, and then making more of those things. Now, if you strategize how you run your shop that way, rather than just doing your own thing, by using data, you pretty much put yourself on a path to success. Whereas with doing your own thing, you're literally playing with time, kind of trying to hit the lottery to hope that the designs you make sell, when you really don't have to do that. And to give you guys a compromise, because I know a lot of you guys will still want to kind of do your own thing, jumping onto Redbubble, let's say you search a hobby or something you're interested in. So it could be motorcycles. So you look through to see if there's anything related. Here you can see it says dog on motorcycle, and it's something that's trending. If you like motorcycles, you'd click on this and then you jump in the niche to see obviously what is going on here. In terms of results, there's only 517 results. So straight off the bat, you can see that the competition is not high. If this is something that you're interested in, you can now start making dog/motorcycle based niches. Then that way you're still kind of designing for a hobby you're into that people are also searching to. If you want to know what's best for you, just ask yourself what it is you're trying to get out of Redbubble. Are you trying to get to a point where you can actually make an income? Are you just trying to be part-time? If you're not serious and it's just a hobby, I guess you can design whatever you want and hope that it works. But if you are looking to maybe make it part-time or full-time, you might want to look at Evergreen and trends to allow you to get them. I have actually made a full video talking about if Redbubble can be a job, so check that out. That will be linked down in the description. I'm gonna leave it there for today. If you enjoyed it, please do drop a like, as that would be very much appreciated. If you made it to this point in the video, comment down POD goals and I'll try to respond to as many of you guys as possible. Thank you guys for watching, and always remember that everything is rigged in your favor, and manifest success.